Okay, let's keep going. We're back to, no one's here yet, but for anybody that tunes in later on, we're back to just working on these little guys, trying to get them finished up before he has to leave. So, yeah, we're on a time crunch. Anyway, why don't you go run and get charger, plug it in. There's that one up there by the couch.
I can't get this one to work. This power's not on the function.
Anyway, so right now I'm doing, and of course this is like we were the other day. We're actually filming a YouTube video at the same time to be done later on. What's up, Joey? So you'll hear me addressing other cameras for that, for the video. Anyway, hey, Bree. Alright, so cool. We both pretty much got these stems worked out. So far, I still think mine's better, but you know, we'll see. Anyway, I'm going to move on to carving the face. I think Cam is going to be doing that as well. I'm working his hands and things over. But before I carve the face out, I am going to give it a little bit of sanding with some sandpaper, because this little pumpkin that I got is pretty slick. And I want to make sure anything I put on here, if I do put anything else on here, sticks. And of course, I'm going to repaint it as well. So I want it to have a little bit of bite. Alright, back on, moving on. Time lapse. Let's get him started. What is the deal, yo? Why is that camera not working? Let's see. There you go. No, we don't want that webcam. We want that pro. There it is. And we want this to be. There we go, right? Yeah. That's a little bit faster. Okay, start capture. Cool. I got that going on. Oh. You know what, though? Should have sanded these down before we stuck them on. Right. That would have been the smarter move. Oh, for sure. Can be way more aggressive with it.
I say we just do like it more. Say if you're smart, you do as best as you want.
Okay, it doesn't have a super sand. It's just gonna be enough to fight it some. I'll probably even paste over the top of it too before I add anything to it, you know. To make it stickier.
Right.
That'll work. I bet Bree's watching from work again. How much you want to bet?
Probably. Good. Right.
a spoon? Yes, I do.
Dude,
Okay.
that tan line. Beautiful in my arms.
It's fading out some. Oh yeah, all this glue went right to the bottom. Right to the bottom. Yeah, this is the last of that Tight Bond 3 that I bought to use to do my paste with. And I can tell you, as far as the difference between Tight Bond 3 and Tight Bond 2, is I've noticed that the Tight Bond 3 separates out of the water faster and sinks to the bottom way quicker than Tight Bond 2. So, not sure if I'll really be using Tight Bond 3 again. Yep, working, watching from work. Yeah, that's hilarious. One of these days, this is going to be work. One of these days.
Are you gonna open your arms and stuff right now? That what you do?
What is that?
It's 1240. Oh, this guy who was a pilot, the Air Force is supposed to be flying over Baxter's pretty soon. Angela knew about.
I mean, that's loud.
It's supposed to be one of the biggest ones they have. Angela told me to remind you, but I forgot.
What are they going to do? A flyby, pass over again, or back around, or is it just a one-time
I
gig?
think he might go over twice. Angela says like 1240. Should tell you, but not have you tell anyone because Air Force stuff.
This is live.
Ah, it's okay. They already did a flyby. She's not gonna tell you once it happened because she's gonna take her kids out.
I'm going to step outside real quick because it's loud out there. I'm going to see what's happening. I'll be right back.
Might have already passed it.
Probably did.
It was a student she had back in. When she said kind of left, it's more of an Air Force now.
Come back this way and won't. Sit here whining and you'll have to actually escort him out to make that happen. Okay, that was crazy. So that was like
Go back upstairs. Go upstairs.
so loud. The house was shaking, and I'm in the basement. Apparently, it was a flyover of some. There it is. There it is. Gosh dang it!
Oh, Rufus.
Maybe I can just see him out the window. Yeah, there's no way. Go see it. Wow, this live session sucks for you guys. Sorry. Anyways, a couple flybys just happened. Low. Very, very low. And was kind of interesting. Hey, happy Friday. So we were trying to see it. We didn't see it again. If I hear it again, whatever, we're just going to go on with it. But that was low. Really low. Alright. Here's where I'm at. Okay, that's where you're at. I'm going to talk to the camera for a moment. Huh? That had to have been low, and then that had to have been a big.
I told you it was supposed to be
Yeah, it had to be a C5 or something bigger.
But she said it was one that he drops off tanks and stuff.
To shake the house that hard, it had to have been. Alright, video. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is do a little pencil drawing. Get me a face going on here. And then I'm either going to cut it out with a razor blade or something, or I may use Dremel tool. I got it pulled out too. And Cam's already got his face drawn out as well. I'm not sure if he's attacking that first or what he's doing, but this is the road I'm going. There's that one. There's this one. I think it's got a new blade in it. If not, I've got new blades right here. I'd like to time lapse.
He's gonna stay on here the whole time.
Rufus is like, what was that?
I didn't ask him to come down here this time. He just followed me. Is that what you mean by him lying?
Oh yeah. But we'll see what happens with him here pretty soon. His mom can contest to it. He would literally stare there sometimes as if like if there's something like a ghost is in the way, and
he's walking away. He left. He's going upstairs. At least he walked out with one.
Oh yeah, dude, he wouldn't even. He'd stop right over there by the boxes and just look and want as if there was something he couldn't get past.
Maybe he just wait.
And Mom had to walk him out past couple times. And the one day I was just down here filming normal stuff and he did the same thing. I was like, what is your deal?
It's weird.
But see, Snickers was, not Snickers, but Reaper was sitting there too. So I just kind of thought maybe it was her. And then that one day when Mom helped him out, and it wasn't, what'd you break?
Just said eyeball.
Let's take this grid way up here. I keep getting out of the camera range for this, but oh well. That's the biggest part of, I think the biggest pain in right now making these YouTube videos is, like, I need to attach some stuff to the ceiling and have some junk come down that can hold the phones or cameras or whatever that are like right over my shoulder where I know it's getting a good angle. Yeah, that everybody can see.
I thought, I don't know how deep I would cut that.
Okay. Right on. And I still have 5 people actually watching after we left and ran off trying to see the airplane. I'm impressed. I'm going to try to go at this with the drum floor and see if I annihilate this pumpkin or not. Keep your fingers crossed. That's your only chance of winning.
Oh man. You thought this pumpkin was yours.
Hey, let me see that little knife. Yeah, I know. Well, that's your sister. Just seeing how she runs around through the light, not paying attention to anything.
You didn't do that if you thought this was yours. Now we were creating our own homemade pumpkins. It's a different story. I'll just be glued homemade. You know, hopefully.
Man, I bought this guard deal a while back because I wanted this side cutting bit, and it's been forever since I've had this with a guard. Alright, let me see if I can mute this so that, nope, don't want to do any of that. Oh! Boom, there went that. And I didn't want to do that. I got all kinds of stuff going on here. I'm losing everything. Where did that go? Hang on. Okay. I still think you guys can see what's going on. I'm going to mute the microphone. Alright, tell me if you can hear me. I think I got that unmuted now. Hey, Craig, what's up? Yeah, that's what I tell myself all the time.
Add on to it. Doesn't matter.
Do what?
So we can add on to it. It doesn't matter. Oh, God. Nice. It's okay. This one is just.
We should have totally carved the faces out before we did this.
I don't know why. I just wanted to what you were doing. Thought for some reason that your years of experience with.
You know, normally I'm making my pumpkins out of mache, so they're already done. Right on, I can hear us. Awesome. Thank you. I'm glad you're enjoying the father-son build.
It's okay, I know you're sweating it now, which you might actually lose to me.
I'm just sweating because I'm hot. I'm not worried at all about losing you.
Don't lie. Don't lie. Lying does nothing good in this life. Oh shoot, that looks like a tooth. That's not like a pumpkin tooth, it's just straight female tooth. So we also have to hide this.
Oh, what would have been smart too is they've gotten some LED deals. And then sunk in some LEDs into these. That would have been cool.
Right. All beef and stuff.
Absolutely, I'm still accepting pictures of cotton ball mache pumpkins. You either put them on the Facebook group, or better yet, if you do a personal message, a DM or whatever on Facebook, just to me, and then I'll have them. Yeah. Because I still have to do a video showing. I want to show off everybody's pumpkins that built one. And I still got to get that video together. So absolutely. Oh, this little knife is so dull. That's the other advantage you have here. Gave you the sharp equipment. Get in there.
All I hear is excuses right now coming out of your mouth, man.
I don't worry about nothing. This is just the beginning.
Excuses.
Well, this is the beginning. It's going to be the end pretty soon because we don't have a whole lot of time.
Yes. Mostly work on it that night next week. Which we're probably gonna have to do actually.
Well, I'm honestly hoping that by the end of this little session today that this little guy is all done with sculpting, and the only thing that'll need to be done is paint.
That too.
But we got a late start on this. Your mom will be home from work soon.
And I have to go for Hayden's house.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go diet Buffalo Wild Wings. We can always film after them, you know. I want to put some YouTube stuff on.
I had thought we would have been doing this like at 10 o'clock starting time.
Yeah.
But somebody kept that from happening.
I didn't get to the gym until 10 o'clock, dude.
You left at 9. What are you talking
Yeah,
about? Or a little bit before 9.
It's like 9:40, that's the gym.
Oh my gosh. It's snowing in here. Well, I mean, it's starting to come along. How's your face coming?
I rip it apart.
Here, you can dig it out with this. Michael.
I'm gonna rip it apart. I know I need to get out. How?
Well, I mean, like, even my eyes, see how that is? You know, I would dig it like this needs to be full. See, this thing you can get in here and grip this a little bit, right?
Right.
And kind of pop those out. And then you can kind of flatten it, you know, depending on what you're doing. You can get back in here in these corners. Anyway, and I would at least do your mouth as deep as your eyes.
Oh yeah. I'll try not to.
You know,
My eyes have deep that quick because it doesn't stop like that.
Enjoy shopping. Enjoy shopping. We're just glad you tuned in for the little bit you're here. It's all appreciated. Oh, get in there.
That was a hard one, Dad.
Do what?
That was a hard one to resist.
Yeah, well, you need to resist.
I did.
All right, let's. Golly. I'm not sure if I should do this with this Dremel or if I should carve this out. That's gonna be good for you.
What?
Oh, what I just did. All right, Dennis, official noise warning. I agree. That was loud. I should have, oh, nope, I don't want to do that. I should have muted it for you guys. Oh, man. Turn around. There we go. Official chair moving around warning.
It's fine. I thought you trimmed the pool.
I see you keep looking over here to try to sneak off ideas.
I say when you want those torches, like
A flambe torch thing.
yeah, so you torches last once you get it done.
Well, you can use heat gun.
Oh yeah.
It'll melt down that styrofoam just as much.
Where's it at? Outside, bro?
Nope, it's in here with us.
Where?
Behind me.
It's a cool one.
No.
That's beside you, dude.
I got it, man. Yeah, it might look kind of half clean on there, but let me tell you, the stuff that you don't see, where I just jam stuff to get out of the way for now, is a mess. Hey, cat, don't be knocking anything off.
Oh, he's back. Okay.
What's up, Rufus? He's back.
Go right. Yeah.
Alright, so I know you guys can't see what's going on because of the angle.
Right.
It's halfway trying to keep an angle on this time lapse for the... I use the Dremel to start some of these kind of teeth lines up in here, and then I'm taking this small little knife and just carving some points out on the tips of it to make them look a little more creepy. So what are you planning on doing? What are you melting down?
Mouth. And you know, if it messes things up, it's all good.
You know, unplug the Dremel and go after it. That's what you want to do. Just try not to set anything on fire.
Put two settings on
And
fire.
if you go down the other way, it's fire.
Holy shit balls.
Get away from me pretty quick.
Fuck it, this thing's decayed. Yeah, I already started it, guys.
What's your language?
Sorry. Yeah. Hey, I can go.
And shrink that up first, huh?
Yeah. I don't know.
you can't give up.
I know. I was thinking if I actually just shrink all that and just fill over with clay and pretty much remake the whole mouth out of clay.
I don't have that. I made one small batch and it's pretty soft because I was doing a little more for filling in the hole back there, or filling in around your stem area there, you know.
Yeah.
So I didn't make it as stiff. But you can try whatever you want to try. I'll get past these teeth here. I'm doing. I'll have a look and see if I can help you.
Let's see a rock pumpkin now. Let's get a rock pumpkin.
I mean, you could do that too. You don't necessarily have to have teeth. It could be a opened up deal where it's just tearing it up, you know. Whatever. You got to have sometimes accidents and screw ups. You're just gonna be able to look at it and be like, all right, I can flow with this in this direction.
I understand that. She proud of me today. I was a bigger man.
You were, huh?
Yeah. I texted Colin.
Oh, did you?
Didn't say anything to me at all, so like, hey man, I'm proud of you. I know you're busy with all your stuff, but I'd still like to see you sometime before you leave. You're free. Is it okay with me, Chad, if I'm doing Saturday and Sunday?
Well, no, I guess kind of he was coming here while we were gone at 9, 10 o'clock at night, staying the night, so there's no reason why he can't drop by at that point in time, too, you know.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, I'm gonna dig this out a little bit more. Little dental tool in here. Hold still, you're gonna feel just a little prick.
Maybe it's just quick bars.
Oh, are they running through you?
Something, or maybe no. So I think it's the kind bars because I had the quick bars at boot camp. And I was fine with those. I think it's the kind bars. Not what those bars have too many calories for me to consume them like I am. It's not good for me.
Oh, I'm missing all kinds of stuff. Where are we at? Sorry, guys. Okay, that's awesome. Okay, Barlena, these are not Mache pumpkins that we made. Bought these little things at Michael's. They were on sale because I've only got Cam for a little while since he just got off out of boot camp for the Marines, so we're trying to throw this little competition project for actual YouTube together real fast. So we did set the cheat so we could make this thing happen faster and hopefully get done before he has to ship back out again. So foam pumpkins from Michael's. They're carvable because they're not concrete. Yep, guys, right. They are foam pumpkins. I wasn't worried about weight, but they do work out nicely because they are pretty light. But if I would have had time, or we would have had time for this project, we probably would have made little pumpkins first and then done it. Because I haven't. I guess I'm always trying to just make everything all the time. It's not always the fastest way to do things or the easiest way to do things, but I'm always just trying to do it. But hey, it looks like he ain't got. Looks like his dentures are out. But
Nope. They're still there.
in these cases too, I mean, I was even eyeballing some pumpkins the other day. We were back out shopping again, like at Walmart, and they had some small little pumpkins for $7 or whatever a piece. If you want to knock out a bunch of little things in a hurry, that'll definitely speed things up. Because just like this, we started this. We haven't worked on it since the other day when we were here. We were going to work on it yesterday. We wanted to do other stuff. So in that one day, that one setting, you know, we did the base and did the whole vine thing, and then we're stuck to the pumpkin, right? And so this guy's almost done. Like, even his face, I'm not going to do much more than, honestly, that. This could be like way more detailed. But we're kind of on a time crunch. So I'm not going to do much more than this. I might put a layer of, because I've got to plug up the back here. I've got some clay I'm going to plug up the back with. And the stem's kind of funky on top. So I may like brush this all down with some paste here in a minute. You guys might see that. And then I may do just a layer of toilet paper kind of over the top of this skin. Just so the stuff I put on, it makes everything more cohesive. And you don't see a textural difference. But yeah, this thing's really almost done and ready to dry up and be ready to go, especially for this little competition we're doing. Yeah, easier, better. Cam's a little more ambitious. He's trying to make his rip his pumpkin apart. He's got some more stuff he's going to have to do. Nice. I haven't been to the dollar store yet to see what kind of pumpkins they had. How's that going over there?
No, it's making this going nuts.
Hey, I noticed the camera hasn't tried to shut off.
It has. I just been
It
paying attention.
has? I don't understand why
I think
it's doing that.
Your computer wants to just shut off. So I'll keep your computer on.
I don't understand why the computer's wanting to shut down here. Doesn't make much sense. Maybe just, I bet you every once in a while if you would just roll the mouse.
I keep going like this for once in a while.
Yep. Okay, I'm going.
Oh, he's
What's
back.
up, Rufus? You're back.
You come back for Lovin's?
And at the same time, like we were just talking, I'm filming all this for an actual YouTube video, not live. We just thought we'd get on here live and see who wanted to hang out. Do what?
Yes. Says the weekend I have it. We're in the car.
Do what?
It's the second I have it over in the car. I think it's because it's too many cars and stuff.
In your stomach?
It's okay. After tonight, I will be able to use the restroom just fine. Just kind of burn.
Yeah, tonight we're going to go run to Joplin, and we've been into trying to do hot stuff for quite a while, he and I. Getting really hot sauces and all that, so we're going to run to Buffalo Wild Wings. They have a contest thing, 12 wings with their hottest sauce, so we're going to go do that and try to destroy ourselves later on this evening. It should be fun. Let's get some clay in the back of this. So as soon as you're done with that, I'm going to video over here. What are you doing?
Look at how it's shaping.
Mm-hmm.
Tricky textures into it. So that's what I'm doing. Burning it.
Dude, you just have to make hands.
Dude, don't remind me of all this stuff. I don't even know about it.
All right, so we got this little face done. He doesn't look too bad. The other day, well, earlier when we started this, I cut the screw out for the wire. I'm going to go ahead. I've got some egg carton clay, and I'm just going to fill that up with some clay there and make that go away.
What are you doing, Rufus?
I just come down here to see you.
No. Sit down, Rufus. Sit down. Sit down. You can sit on the table. You're gonna knock this tripod over, Rufus. I need to shave it still, don't I?
I'll show you what.
Please.
Yeah, you gotta hide your arms and do that. You gotta put your little fingertip ends on it. And I mean, I don't know. You don't have to do any of that. You do as less or whatever as you want. The people are going to decide who the winner is.
What are you up to, dog?
This is what he does, dude. He comes down here and was really bad when you first left. He was running around.
Yeah, paste.
Basically, he was running around looking for you, I think. Yeah. Paste is right here.
Should we tell you again?
Hmm?
Should we tell you again?
Yeah, he's going to be messing again. Okay, that's going to work. Fill that in. Huh, right? I think Head and Shoulders can still not get rid of this dandruff. I got so much styrofoam on me. Oh, I got clay here too. Whatever you want. Oh yeah, I am gonna shove a little bit of clay underneath that stem though. Oh, that's your dog.
That was fast. He was just down here, too.
Mm-hmm. He's a pain.
Keister. He's your dog now. Pretty much. Maybe you'll have him anywhere to go. He must have it house off of this.
Your mom was afraid something was going to happen to that dog before you got, like, back from the like he's going to die or something.
Something happens or something. I'll be sad. There's something we can do about it.
Okay, cool. That's going to work. Now, see, I wasn't going to do wire for my little fingers, but I think I'm going to. That I can just turn around and drape some cloth on. Dude, this guy's almost done. I'm so happy. I was looking at what you got going on over there. Sorry your guys' angle's so bad, but with all these different cameras and stuff and everything else for YouTube, you know, I just showed you guys over in the corner to observe from a distance. All right, let's see. We're gonna do this, and then I'm gonna wind up changing the angle again, I think. All right, so Cam's over there. He's still he's plugging away. I think his design turned into something a little more challenging than what he expected it to be. So anyway, I've got the back filled in with a little bit of that clay and put some clay on top here. So I'm going to do these legs, basically wrap these. I'll probably put a little girth to them first up towards the top, and then we're going to do the same thing with the with the paper towels that we were doing yesterday. And I wasn't before, but I think I'm going to now. I wasn't going to put little wires on here, but I think I'm going to put 3 little wires. Just kind of glue them on and drape them off. That way I can just run a little bit of paper towel down over it and twist it up and have these little fingers going on. But he's almost done and ready to be painted or dried up and painted. So we're killing it. Oh, look, you can see Cam's face over there. His may look pretty good too. We'll find out.
Wanting to make this reference. Say you're sorry. Say you're sorry.
Say I'm sorry.
Say you're sorry.
Why?
I'll knock a road.
Huh?
Say you're sorry.
Why?
I'll knock a road for your harsh comments. I was making reference off of Dukes of Hazzard.
Oh. Oh yeah. One who wouldn't look at the road. Say you're sorry. Okay, let's see. I want these. Man, I'm gonna wind up using hot glue. I wonder how well this will stay together to do this. Hot glue's a double-edged sword. So that's why I'm gonna do some wires for some fingers here, and I'm gonna use a little hot glue to tack them into place. That's a double-edged sword, at least this hot glue, because this is just craft hot glue, whatever. It's not like any kind of good industrial hot glue, and then when that stuff gets hot, it falls apart again. Like, and you got it all sealed up, and they can get hot later on and fall apart and whatever. I was not a Marine. No, I never served. When I was Cam's age, or after I graduated high school, I got a job as a crew chief for a jet-powered truck known as Super Shockwave, and I traveled the country for years, running with that truck and keeping it safe and all that. But we did do. My driver of the truck came from the military. He was a Army Golden Knight. He was from the Army. He was a Golden Knight parachute team for a long time. Anyway, and we did a lot of military bases for air shows and stuff because we raced airplanes. So I kind of got some military knowledge that way. Cam is just graduated boot camp, so he is technically just now a Marine. So I got him for a little bit, and then he goes back out. He's got a 5-year stint with those guys for his MOS. So no, I cannot claim military at all. I'm just a civilian with a whole lot of challenge coins. I hear Chance barking.
Let me do what I'm doing.
Hmm?
Do I let me do what I'm doing? The answer to the question is no. Will I find out on the way? The answer to the question is hopefully.
I've known from the very beginning that you didn't know what you're doing.
No? It's okay. That's how we learn in life, too. That's how I ended up on a
What is he
plane.
barking at?
That's how I ended up on a plane 3 months ago.
That's right.
I know
Thinking
what
you knew what you were doing, and then you went up on the plane, and then you got there and were like, oh, no.
no idea what I was doing. Just kidding, I'm trying to help put someone else on that plane.
Yeah, no. I was thinking about that the other day.
So, yes.
Do this. Let's. Where's my nerdle nose? Where are the needle nose? Right here. I'm gonna try to give these fingers a little dimension. All right, so to do the little fingers, are just taking a little wire, basically made a little U or a V or whatever, and I want to glue them. I'm gonna hot glue it just kind of into place right here at the end. I both for each one I got an extra little one in the middle. Just gonna glue down too, and I'm just trying to put a little bit of just some curves, just some interest in it, so it's not just straight wire, so it looks like it is an actual finger. Anyway,
He has
So,
no
yeah.
idea what he's doing.
do what?
So he has no idea what he's doing.
I got a little bit of an idea.
Do you have a clay?
Yes, it's super soft. I probably should have.
Take it up some more.
Yeah, I should have used a little more egg carton in it. So it kind of holds shape, but not necessarily. If that makes any sense.
It does. All I'm hearing is you should make better clay. All I'm hearing is you should make better clay.
Well,
But now we get to adapt and use this clay.
I was thinking more along the lines of filling in the back of that. That hole I had.
I gotta let that stuff dry some. So I don't know if I'm gonna touch my sheet.
Are you letting it dry?
I'm gonna screw myself here. My hands, my arms. I should have paper shaved them the other day. To kind of screw.
Well, I mean, if you touch them a little bit, it's not a big deal. They're as long as they're still wet, they're still pliable.
Well, I don't want to really add paper shade to them. That's what I'm going to do.
you gotta have patience. You just can't rush it.
What? Base?
Yeah, if you gotta add a little more, you know, shape to it, whatever. Wow, that finger's way too big. I'm not sure how I managed to do that. Okay, I think that's gonna work. Let's see. Gosh, stupid dogs. Face test, face test. Don't do that at home, kids. Hot glue does burn. A wee little bit. Come on, stay in place. Man, even these glasses sometimes, I can't even, sometimes they're too close and I still can't focus. Which is kind of a bum deal.
Remember when you said 20 vision?
Hmm?
And then you said perfect 20.
Yep, I remember when I used to have perfect vision.
Love too. I always told my mom about it. Yes, that's karma.
I really think it was from
Probably the second
soldering. I guess what.
Oh, classic.
Yeah, I think that's what did it. I believe that. I think that's what did it. Yeah, we'll be doing a haunt. I do. I mean, my haunt is always decorating the front yard for trick or treaters or whatever. I call it a haunt. There's some people that don't call it a haunt because it's not a walkthrough type thing. And I've done it as a walkthrough before, but absolutely, my little town here, nobody does anything, and I've literally been doing my yard for Halloween since I was 16, something like that. So I've turned it into a monster. Everybody in the town expects it. So it happens. Man, that little hand is so fragile. I'm really just gonna have to wrap that with some toilet paper right there. Okay.
I wasn't videoing any of this.
You didn't video any of that?
Well, me putting clay on there.
No, well, you know,
It is what it is.
it happens. It's not like I forgot the other day to film everything.
Yep. I remember.
But that's still a crappy feeling when you look down and realize that you didn't have it on. Man, I hope these fingers don't fall off later. Oh boy. There's a good chance they will. There's a good chance that these will fall off. Gosh dang it. Stay in place. Wow, we still got 8 people watching. We're down. This says 3. That says 8. Hardly anybody's talking.
So we're down to 3. Oh, 2.
Yeah, I'll definitely do a video for 2022. I try to do a little bit of footage each year, at least some footage of it going up or partial or whatever or something. So yeah, for sure will. What were you saying, Bob?
I think we're done. Does mine say 3?
Yes, yours says 3.
So we're probably down to
2 people. See, yours says 3. Oh, 8 likes. So yours says 3. When I look at this over here, as far as the live deal goes, it says there's 10 people watching. But who knows? I would like to think that there's 10,000 people out there just watching this complete awesomeness. All right, we're just going to do a 2-toed. Trying to make this kind of like the pumpkin demon upstairs. He had 3 toes. One off the back, one off, but man, these are gonna, I'm just afraid they're gonna fall off. To be super honest. And then if you want to try to smooth any of that stuff some, not only that, like I use the back of a spoon and some water, and I got a spoon over here, or you can take one of these paint brushes and dip it in your Mache paste and brush it along it, and that will do do some smoothing for you if you want to do any smoothing. I'm not saying that you need to or anything. I'm just saying if you want to, that's.
I don't know
I'm not going to put the back posts on here for his feet. I'm just going to do this. Because this is going to be the easiest way to... That's going to be the easiest way to deal with that. Oh, pretty cool, man. Pretty cool, man. Let's get another. Let's get another toe. And then I'm gonna have to turn. I don't. Some of this I'm worried that I've forgotten to get footage, but we'll get these glued on, and then I'll turn on the camera. And we'll get a little footage roll. Get on there. Where are these flies? There's enough flies right now as if we have real pumpkins that are cut open.
Really? I don't understand.
Stay. Craig says, my wife says Cam is as cute as a button. He says, I've never seen a cute button. I don't know what that means. That's pretty funny right there. I like that. And we'll do a little promotion. Why not? If there's anybody out here that's new to this channel and you like this stuff, like it, like the video, share it, subscribe, all that good stuff, even on this live feed, which I know is particularly kind of boring compared to a polished video, but all that stuff helps. It feeds the algorithm, really helps us out, and pushes it out there some more. The goal as any artist is to get to a point where you can maybe make a little bit of a living off of the stuff that you create and do. And the more time I can spend doing this, the different projects I can make, the more true detailed tutorials that I can put out there. The more detailed tutorials I can put on my Patreon page and things like that. And the more entertainment that I can show you guys as well. So how about no, I have no couth, selfish fellow. How about that? There we go. Now we got some little fingers on this little dude and some little feet parts. So I'm going to do some paper towel mache over his arms. I'm going to bulk it out just a little bit with some newspaper first, and then throw on some of this paper towel like we were doing yesterday, and then this little guy will be ready to set up and dry. Let's stop capture here. I'll show you guys real quick. Cam stepped away. His guy's coming along. He put some vines coming down from on top. It looks pretty cool. I think his intention was to make these hands come up to the face on each side and look like it was tearing itself apart, coming back down into the ground. I don't know if he's going to keep on with that or if he's going to try to make it a little bit different just because of the time constraints we've got, right? Because he was only supposed to have 10 days and he got some extra days to do like a recruiting helpment or whatever, some recruitment help. So next week he'll have to go out with his recruiter and do some work out there for a few of those days, and then I'm officially going to go back to work next week too. So then that really starts to cramp on time to get this stuff completed. And the whole goal with this was to film this stuff, get it done, and then turn around, get everything done and painted. So by the time he had to leave again, then I was just taking all our footage, cutting it up, to put it on for a YouTube video. So we're running out of time. All right, hello camera over here. Turn around. Let's see. Okay. Okay, so I've got some little fingers put on here. The hands. These are kind of fragile. Hopefully, I'm going to wrap some toilet paper just around this first before I kind of mache on with the rest of this paper towel stuff to help kind of lock this into place. Hopefully that'll hang out. I don't know. I don't have real faith in these fingers. The way I did this was an afterthought, so wasn't built in real well. So I'm not really 100% convinced that these little fingers are going to last forever. They might fall off and might break off. Same thing with the little feet down here. There's a little hot glue on these things. I'm hoping by the time I wrap this up and mache it, there'll be just enough there. I mean, they shouldn't break off unless someone hits them or whatever, or get stored bad because they're not going to have any weight on them. Hopefully, you know, we'll see how it goes. The big thing is, it was just this whole deal when I'm under time constraints. So he's turned out pretty decent. Cam left the room, so we'll get a little update on his little dude. He's coming along pretty cool too. So right now he's at this stage. He's got some vines that he did with a little bit of that clay. His hands are coming around. Originally, this was the hands were going to tear the face apart. He might be still doing that. He may not be still doing that. I'm not for sure. But anyway, his isn't looking too bad either. I don't know. I might have some competition on my hands for this. Find out which one of these is. Well, before I find out which one of you guys thinks which one of these is the best.
I want to room this water now. So before I room this water, I need some more of it.
Oh, you know what? I should go grab some bottles. We got some bottled water down here. Yeah. What are you going to do with that water?
Dump this, like how you were saying.
Oh, use where's it at? Here's my spoon at. Because that's got junk on it. Feel that? Where I haven't cleaned it off properly.
Yeah.
So that'll grab. Okay. And this is the one thing I can't get. I've tried so hard to describe to people, because they ask me all the time, how do you get your clay so smooth and how does it get so smooth? And I've tried to describe this to people over and over and over again, and no one seems to understand what I'm talking about. So I'll go over this real quick. Even the
this is almost dirty.
huh?
This bay part's pretty clean.
Out of everything that I've done, this is the best. No, that's not clean. Let's get the junk all over.
This bay part.
Yeah, that little come down a little groove will fight you. Okay, hey, since you guys are here watching, I get the question all the time, or used to, especially on my clay pumpkins, how I got that paper mache clay to become so smooth. And I always said use a metal spoon, right? And I'm talking about the back of a metal spoon. I'm not talking about the spoon part, this part. I'm talking about the handle. So if you got a spoon that's got a fancy handle that's got some kind of engravings and stuff in it, that's not going to work for you. But if you've got a plain spoon that's got a handle like that, see how that handle's got a little, just a slight curve to that? That right there, dipped in some water, is one of the best ways to smooth clay. I mean, you can use, yes, a brush and Mache paste. That does, but it doesn't do the same as this. It really doesn't. So yeah, dude, I would just... Let me see you guys. Slide your guy over here. I'll give you a couple pointers on it. Are we done with this?
No, yeah.
So, like, I get to keep it wet because if it's wet, it won't grab, right?
Right.
And you gotta make it. Sometimes you can be too wet. But see how I just gotta like to see how that just pushes that down. The clay, paper clays won't stick to the metal. I've noticed. Like when I've tried to do this with plastic stuff, it sticks to the plastic and it pulls. But the metal with a little bit of water won't do it. And you're gonna have to be super light-handed with this because that clay is so soft. Unless you get to the point where you're trying to blend it in and push it in. And if you want to try to get rid of that line, that may be where you're really gonna have a paintbrush and kind of just, you know,
Right.
tap it in. But there you go. Oh!
Goodness gracious.
Goodness gracious. Great balls of fire!
What's that,
Man, I need to wash. I bought all these new cheap brushes and they're all gonna be ruined because I haven't washed them out. Oh my gosh.
I've never told him.
I should be ashamed for abusing these cheap brushes like this.
I'm not for cheap. That's what you done.
Yeah, but I don't need to buy new ones all the time. Exactly, Craig. I don't hardly spend. I mean, there's a few things I want to buy that are a little more expensive tools. What I want to really spend money on is new filming equipment, so I can do a better job filming this stuff for you guys. But a lot of this stuff, when I'm sculpting, especially since it's just Mache and stuff, it's cheap or it's homemade or something I figured out. You know, I figured the spoon thing out because I didn't have, when I started doing this years ago, I didn't have any tools. I bought a few sculpting tools over time, nothing crazy expensive. But when I first started doing this, yeah, I didn't have anything. I just wanted to make stuff. So I literally just stole items from the kitchen, tried to keep my wife from seeing what I was stealing until it was too late and I'd already used it. And then, yeah. And then once she figured out what I was doing, then I was like, well, babe, I have to use this for these and for making YouTube videos because people need to see this. So that's how that went. Absolutely. Cheap is the best way. Alright, so I like these skinny little legs and arms, but I'm going to take a little bit of newspaper and I'm just going to bulk this out just a little bit where it's going to connect up here at the bottom of the pumpkin. I'm going to do the same thing on the arms. On the arms right here, we're going to bulk this just a little bit so it's kind of like a shoulder joint or whatever before it drapes down into these little bitty fragile arms and hands, because remember, this is the baby pumpkin demon. So this is how I envision the pumpkin demons come to life. The pumpkin vine sprouts. There we go. Comes up, whatever, grows, comes up out of the ground, and then pops a little pumpkin demon off of it, and then they're out terrorizing everything. Yeah, so very cool. As far as the haunt goes, man, my whole goal eventually is for my whole yard to be basically twisted pumpkin creatures that have come, like the pumpkin demon. I want to do some more of those, some bigger ones, viney stuff like this, some bigger viney things, where it's basically pumpkin creatures that are alive and coming after you in the yard. I always thought that would be really cool. Yep, I've never even bought a stand mixer at this point in time. Dude, what's up, man? Yeah, you're supposed to be at work. Glad you popped in, brother. I'll probably see you guys sometime next week when I get back to actual work and not off on vacation. Four States area, that's Jeff from Goodman, yeah. He must have been like on lunch break. That's awesome. We're going to use, did we already unplug the glue gun? Yes, we did. Let's do it like this. Let's do it like this instead. I should have totally tore off some tape beforehand. Bree. Ha ha. Right? Not that you're doing the same thing at all, Bree. However, I do know where Four States works, and I know what his job is, and he's a little busy when he's at work. I think I want to do a little kneecap thing too, maybe. I don't know. We'll see here in a minute. Yeah, dude, I would totally go pool noodles, man, right? Like, you can do pool noodle and you can heat gun that stuff and shape it up. You can do some shapes to it. You can even do it over a little, if you're going to have them coming out of the yard and wrapping up to the ship or whatever. If you did some PVC on the inside of it, right, and took a heat gun and kind of heated that PVC up in your shape, first of all, and then slid your pool noodle down over the top of that, and then left a little pool noodle, you know, past your PVC and did a slit in it and wrapped that pool noodle together and then heat gun it back down so you get that point shape again, then you can just shove some rebar in the ground and have rebar sticking up and slide that PVC over the top of that rebar, and then it would anchor that Kraken tentacle into the ground, you know, coming up. And then using, I don't know, you can find someone, I can't remember what they, oh, you can even take smaller, depending on what size of pool noodle you use. If you got smaller pool noodle, or even like, dude, even if you bought some of the insulation wrap for copper from work, right? And then took that and cut that in small little shapes, you would have small little circles that you could just glue onto that too to give you that suction cuppy stuff on the bottom of it. If that makes any sense.
It's almost 2 o'clock. He needs to be working right now.
Yeah, Different Ball, you're right. I'm not going to clay this wire at all, though. So all I'm doing right now is bulking this out. Like if I was going to put clay on this, that's exactly what I would have done. I would have wrapped this all up with tape first. Then I would have done a little glue over it, and then I would have put my clay on it. I'm just bulking this stuff out, and then I'm just going to use paper towel soaked in Mache paste and just draped over the top of it. Basically the same thing that I did for the stem here. It's fast, dirty, it's easy, it works, and it will look like a vine, the stem, when it's all said and done. This clay is right over here. There you go. Ha! Thanks, brother. Yeah, Armor Flex would work, dude. For that stuff, for sure. Oh my goodness gracious. No. You? No. Do what? How what feels? Oh, is your stomach tearing you up? Should we even be doing the wing thing tonight, dude?
No.
If you're hurting like that?
I'll be fit.
I guess we don't have to if you're not.
I think that should help. Like I said, I think it's with fine borders. It's just more or less gas right now.
Yeah, it got quiet. almost bulked out enough to where I want him just to start slapping on some. Just to start slapping on some paper towels. Ryan Hopper. Alright, on. What's up, Brian? Yeah, everything's crazy this year. I mean, I'm busy in HVAC world. It's been nuts, especially because it's been super hot. One of these days, I'm hoping not to be in the HVAC world anymore. We'll see how that goes. Mache sippy cups. Yeah, we need to make some of those. Hey, see you, Jeff. Have a good one, man. Dude, he's got such chicken legs.
I don't know. He's in the gym.
He needs to hit leg day. Alright. Back to here. Video. Alright, we got just a little bit of bulking out with some newspaper and stuff. And on the bottom side, he looks like he needs some serious leg day going on, but I'm going to leave that like that. I'll probably be able to do a little bit more shaping up with paper towels when we get this thing going. But he needs to kind of look, he's in baby stages, right? He still needs to look undeveloped, and ready to go, considering what the pumpkin demon actually looks like. So, we're going to start throwing on some paper towel, and I'm going to do I'm just going to use a little TP around these joints on these fingers and stuff. I think it'll be a little easier and a little more delicate. So we'll do that first, and then I'm going to do the can't even think. Then I'm going to do the paper towels over the arms and down the legs and stuff. So that's next. Probably need to see how Cam's doing over here. What's going on in your world, huh?
Trying to figure out how I'm gonna rip this face apart.
Why don't you just stick a big knife in it and cut it in half? Are you not gonna put fingers on your hands?
Yeah.
His hands are just little round things. He's
You
still got a long ways to go before he gets this stuff down.
I'm still in your idea for fingers.
Okay.
But I just don't know how long I'm gonna place them yet. That's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to figure out how I want to place them.
And that's it too, since you've wrapped that stuff already, and if you're gonna do any more booking out,
Okay.
you need to get these, whatever you're gonna do with your arms, you need to get them bent and put them in place too, where they're in place, because by the time it dries up, you'd be able to bend them again and crack, but Anyway, I have to go back over it again, so.
I don't know where to place my hands. So I figure I could honestly put my hand, use your idea, put my hands there, get it kind of attached to this.
You see, you can pin this in how the way you want. You got this big loop here, though. It's kind of wild.
How I hide the loop. And just have it kind of like this right.
Yeah, I mean, you can do that. You can put that in there, hide the loop right there, and then.
It's kind of dripping. I like to bend the loop inwards.
Honestly, you could probably take some of that wire. Let me think about that. You could kind of bend that into place, and you could probably take some of that wire, right, and like take a piece of wire and jam it through this and jam it into the styrofoam here, and then leave one that kind of comes out here, and then jam another one in, and maybe goes into here, and then you'll have to just get in there with a brush and some toilet paper or whatever, just to kind of lay over the tops of your wire or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because even if you got, like on this side, if you just had a piece of wire at the very end, but you got toilet paper and stuff over this section, right? And then once it got painted, that wire will disappear. It would just look like the end of the vine. You know what I'm saying? Even if you had a little wire exposed there. But you could do that for sure. And then without... You know, the only other way to make it look like he's really pulling... My hand's almost not long enough. Would be to put wires in this and then cut into this, or even to heat it. You get the heat gun again and get something to kind of pull it, stretch it back. Right, actually pulling it like you're deforming it, and then put the fingers in the deformed area like that. You could even kind of do that too on this side. You could heat that right there and then kind of push that back, and you could back this arm up some, and then where it looks like it's deformed here. So instead of splitting it, but it looks like it's pulling it.
Yeah, just pulling it.
Right, you can do that.
Yep.
Because otherwise, you really, to make it do in my head, make it look like it's pulling the pumpkin apart, would be basically really cut this thing, wedge this thing almost in half.
Yeah.
And then if you were going to do that, you needed to do that before you did any of this up top, so that it doesn't disturb or screw all that up.
Yeah.
Right? So that's my take on it. Alright, what do we got going on?
I always wish you know I understood half of that.
Do what?
I only understood about half of what you were saying to me.
What did you understand? What did you not understand?
I didn't know what you were getting at with this, or you were saying printing here, like metal. But I have a good idea, but I got it.
So originally, I'm not going to poke anything in there. I'll tell you what I was thinking, right? So if you had individual fingers cut, right? And then even after you try to heat that down, you had to have something like maybe even those pliers or whatever, or something like this, you know, so you can pull. But if once you got that was in the mouth, right, and then you took this and went through that loop and then stabbed it. See that? Where you're stabbed inside the pumpkin, and then made your bends for your finger to come out or whatever, and then stabbed it so that just going to hold it in place. And you could basically make all your fingers come through that loop and stab into the inside of that where it's hidden, right? And then that just makes those fingers look like they're coming down to a wrist joint, and you hide all that. And instead of having to glue your fingers to this,
It was like pretty much if I wanted to hide this, I would bend this piece inward. Come on. Bend that piece inward. Right, have it just stuck in the styrofoam, have it like it's just one vine just ripping the whole thing. I didn't have to use a hand.
oh, without fingers?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, hell, you can do that too, dude. So you could totally just, you could totally just bend that, melt that back, and then tweak that around a little bit more and shove it in there where it's just a vine.
Fingers to this now is harder.
Yeah, That'd work.
It would be too skillful.
Where it just looked like a vine was, yeah, that'd totally work.
Yeah, because I had just straight lines up here, so it's like it's all one vine.
Mhm.
Pulling it apart.
Mm-hmm.
Not having hands come off.
Yeah, that'd totally work too. Absolutely.
And it would make it more.
That'd make it a little bit easier and that'll make it faster since we're on this time crunch, and so you basically get yourself to a point where this is basically kind of all done and just ready to dry out and then ready for paint or whatever. But once you do, I would go ahead and that's a great idea. So I do that, get that in place, and then once you hide that in, maybe take a little piece and wrap it to kind of a point or whatever. Once that's done, though, I would kind of try to thicken this up down here a little bit, where these are attaching. Like even if you run a piece of toilet paper deal from here into here, and leave this gap where you're just kind of bringing that in, and just using this material itself to become the bulky spot, you can cheat it that way, make it go a little bit faster. Yeah, that works. That's a good idea. That's a good idea, Mike. It's easier than doing fingers.
I should have fingers would look off too for it coming from mine.
Easier than doing fingers. I was just thinking fingers in my way.
Can I get this thing hot? To where it just melted or what do you think?
You can try it. Aha, right. I have a problem doing 4, 2, 3, 1 thing at once too. Same thing, man. You need this clay for now. Okay, nope, yes, no. That clay's super soft. Okay. Let's get some time lapse going on here. And let's get some, I got some TP right here. Come here. I got some TP right here. Oh yeah, there's this one too. Heat gun sound alert. What did I do with all that left? There it is, right there. And are you done with the spoon?
Yes.
Okay, good. I'm going to stir this back up again. Where is that spoon?
Right here. It actually made some more.
You better hold on to it like this.
It's not hard enough, fuck it.
So you could do it like when you're doing that right up against it, get it right up against it and do it, and then take that, and once you see it's moving, you can take it and push it back. You know what I'm saying?
Some metal stick. It's hot to touch. It's just burning this.
Don't burn yourself, man.
I say having a piece of brass burnt me. You just got new cobwebs.
Yeah. Cobwebs and candlesticks. What's up, Keith? What's up, brother? What time is it? Getting off the school bus. Oh, I can't see what time it is. Oh well.
It's 2:30.
2:30. I think Keith is an hour ahead of me. Us, maybe. Holy cow, it's 2:30. We're running out of time. Your mom and sister will be home soon.
Holy fuck. Sorry.
They get away from you?
Nope, it's just some weird stuff.
Mm-hmm. Ricola.
should go by Best Buy tonight before we go to
And so you can look at laptops.
yeah.
Okay. We can do that.
Shoot, boss, you get away from me.
Happy accidents, dude. There's no mistakes, man. No mistakes.
Wow.
Yeah, they're coming along pretty decent. Hopefully, all this different footage, I'm hoping we can get this good. Well, don't worry about it. Get your finger out of there. No one's going to know. Dude, no one's going to know. How would they know? No one's going to know. Right? No one's going to know. You're going to need to get the needle nose and bend that in, yeah. Okay, I keep worrying about you, and I'll keep losing track of what I'm doing. I don't even know why I'm helping you. This is a contest.
This just seems like it run away from me.
Turn them upside down and do this. Let's get underneath here.
Will this burn my paper towels?
What do you mean burn your paper towels?
Like with this melt?
Yeah, it'll burn. Yeah, it'll wind up burning that paste, that shade paste on those paper towels. I mean, it takes a little bit, but it'll do it.
You know the guy who plays Kylo Ren was Marine?
That plays who?
Kylo Ren not in the Star Wars movies was Marine.
Was he?
Yeah. They got medically discharged.
He got medically discharged and said, "I'm gonna go get in the movies now."
Yeah.
Man, that's kind of thick, but oh well, I don't care. I do care, but I don't care. Mm-hmm. Man, Keith, you're older than me, bro. You're more my brother's age.
Scotty really much older than you.
Scotty Rennick?
Is he really 10 years older than you?
Yeah. Yeah, because I think he was older than last by a couple of years.
So Andrew said he was older than you.
Oh yeah, that's gonna work.
You put my base real quick.
Do what?
You put pressure on my base real quick.
Yeah. Want the pressure here too? Son of a bitch, it's getting hot on my thumb.
Sorry.
Oops, excuse my language.
No, it was. Okay. There you go.
Right on, dude.
My skin needs to be more traumatized.
I mean, if you do it further, I mean, if you dramatize it. It will play better to the eye further away.
You know, you can always want something. I'll have to tell you to receive hand again.
Ooh, there you go. Yeah, cool. You tore that skin too. Nice. Okay, in case anybody was questioning what was going on there, Cam's pumpkin, these vines, its own vines that it's grown out of the ground with, the vines are trying to tear itself apart, right? To drag it back into the ground again. So, yeah, we got some vine foliage going on the face. Doesn't look too bad. It's looking pretty good.
Maybe the hands would have made too hard.
Yeah, probably so, man. Mm. Yeah, that would be the most expensive workout plan ever to have planes custom fly over and over and over again for us to jump up and down. Now, are you going somewhere with Mom as soon as she gets home? Oh yeah, you guys are gonna go see your buddy.
All messed up.
Yeah, the one that got hit by that car. Okay. So technically, I still have a little time to play with the stuff if I need to. See, look at that. A minute ago, I thought I was going to be done before you.
That's what I'm just going to get it out. I still got to add layers to the arms, but that's going to be what I did. So I'm going to just go for the rest of this. And honestly, I'm just want my teeth to be messed up with that. Honestly, I'm just not like that. Messed up with that.
I would. It looks fine. It looks like it's tearing itself apart. It looks like it's part of it coming apart.
Split up the drying process on this clay too.
Get on there. Stay on there. Get her done. Oh crap. No, you're good. It wasn't your fault. I'm trying to saturate this just a little bit more. You know, I could have even just done hot glue over these fingertips instead of wrapping them like this.
Right.
Hot glue makes some cool binding texture as well. Could have used hot glue over all that, not even Mache any of that. Could have just strand hot glue. That's what I did for the arms on him.
Yeah.
That's just hot glue. Dang it. Dang it. Why didn't I think of that earlier? That'd have been so much faster. What are you looking for, bub?
Thank you.
Nah. conversation's carrying on.
In the chat.
Mm-hmm. Keith is talking about leaving some clay out. 9 pounds of clay. And you put it all in the armature and he's out of clay again. And then everybody was talking about being old, you know. Ain't nobody young no more. You'd be the youngest one hanging out with us today, Cam. Oh, crap. I'm bound and determined to tear these fingers and arms off this thing before it even gets done. Oh, crap. Get on there. Man, I should have totally just did this with hot glue. It would have been. Oh, am I not filming any of this? Gosh dang it.
Dude.
What?
Yeah, how much you have on there right now? You know,
On my
easy it
fingers?
was to be able to rip that stuff off and just do hot glue right now.
Yeah, but I'm not going to. I already said I was going to do it with.
But you know, things change. You're an artist and you have to change.
Right, things change, but I'm just going to continue on doing it like this. Make it look viney. That's just as viney as whatever.
I was just suggesting this. You could do that.
We'll definitely sped it up. For sure, we'll sped it up. I haven't played with hot glue in such a long time that I even forgot about using it as an option. There's sometimes I get so one-minded as far as
How are you gonna do
doing it with, how I'm going to do something or just staying with Mache that I don't think about other avenues that would just be faster and wouldn't necessarily be that far out of the realm of,
what you're doing?
yeah. Because most people can get access to hot glue and stuff too. It's fairly cheap. That's the point. Stay on there. I like those droopy fingers though. Man, I haven't drank Tang. I almost forgot about Tang. It's been a long time since I've even seen someone say Tang. Keith was asking, does anybody still drink Tang? Tang was an orange drink back in the day that you got, and it was like you could get it kind of like Kool-Aid, right? It's in a packet and make it at home type of deal. Oh, I forgot that that stuff even existed. That's so funny. I haven't. Man, it's been years since I drank Tang.
Do any shitty, paintbrushes that are bad? Can't use.
You're doing kind of the same thing?
Right there.
Yep. There's even this one cup right here, dude. As well. These were all ones that I was spread and paste with not too long ago. Okay. Well, Brian, it depends on what cat. And so I almost swear you're like at the beginning of this an hour or two ago. Like I'm on a whole different timeline, maybe. So the cat that was down here a minute ago, her name is Snickers. And then we've got a black cat, her name is Reaper. And then there's another cat, and his name is Grim. It's my daughter's cat. And then we have another cat, because Reaper had babies and we didn't get rid of all of them. And she's a little mentally unstable. And my wife has named that cat Pip. So it all depends on which cat. Get on there. Whoa.
It's okay. You made your cat I kill. Probably shouldn't say it like that. It needs to sound bad. On accident, you ran your cat over. He survived. And he just died. Because of all this trauma. So that's what unfortunately I can't do. That was at least. I forgot that he was gone, that he died. Like he first came home. I was kind of looking for him, so yeah, he's dead.
Oh, when we first got back?
Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't I have him put down before you left?
Yeah. I just forgot about it.
Oh, we've got five. Five cats, right? Snickers, Grim. But no, we have four.
This is your cat's too.
We have 4 cats and 2 dogs. And the dogs are both bigger dogs. We have a farm almost. We had 6 cats and one of them was super cool. It was my cat and he got sick. I think he wound up having some kind of cancerous stuff and passed away. But he showed up at my house on Halloween. Well, not on Halloween, but when I was decorating for Halloween. And then as a kitten. And then he disappeared for over a year, and I thought he was dead. And then he came back to the house at Halloween time again when I was decorating once again. He was a pretty cool cat. One of the coolest cats I've had.
Sweet, man. He's gonna come back again on Halloween. He's from the dead.
Aw, thanks, brother.
He'll come back from the dead on Halloween.
I'll see you later, man. Hopefully she learned something at school today. We are cat and dog people here to answer that question, Craig, so... Ain't no sunshine when it's done. I don't know why that song's in my head. Alright, let's get this all bunched up on his arm.
This little happy tree here. Happy tree there. So that made me go into happy accidents. Bob Ross.
Yes.
Bob Ross.
Bob Ross. What did I do with some of those horses? Well, golly, here it is. Right here. I'll use this spoon. Golly. Nice. Nice. That's gonna work right there. How about that?
I like Paramount biscuits.
I like butter on my biscuit. I do think I know what the problem is without gas. There ain't no gas in it. Dude, right on. All right, cool. That looks like a vine arm. I like it. What?
He's looking more and more like a cartoon character.
What my deal?
It's cool, but
It is like a cartoon.
it's like a. It's like cause it's small and he has a big head. And you see that arm? It's like a.
Just a big old bulky arm.
Then the other arms are everything's still just small. So
Mm-hmm.
reminds you of everything have you ever seen.
That's gonna work. All right. Oh crap, Ola. I didn't want to do that. Ooh, that screwed that up. Gosh dang it. Boy, I managed to jack that up. I'll have to come back at that later. I'm not going to mess with that. I always wanted to get a ferret, and I never did. Of course, my parents wouldn't let me get one when I was a kid. Just when I really wanted one.
I can't have fish in my room. No birds.
Do what, bub?
You can't have fish. You can't have fish in your barracks.
You can't even have fish in your barracks?
Nope.
Oh, I mean, I imagine not, dude. It's, you won't have time to. I mean, that's probably the whole thing with all the pets in general is.
When you're at your fleet, that's what I'm talking about. Just make sure your suit's on the same. The kids always think when they're until that stress fractures honestly.
Do what?
These kids don't always seem to bring on their songs.
Well, that.
Stress fractures.
Oh, not the one that broke his hip.
No, there's one. He got stress fractures on his legs, and he's just not getting picked up by another company, and he won't graduate until after I graduate from CT.
Really?
Yeah.
So he's stuck at that camp. He's stuck at that place this whole time.
Yes, and he couldn't get letters for the longest time because he didn't have any address information or contact information of his family members. And I saw him when I came back as a Marine. We weren't supposed to really talk to him, but he talked to us and marked him. The kid always has a great optimistic personality, though. Great optimistic personality. And he's like, yeah, he's fine, don't worry. Still just like as cheerful as he was before. He didn't let that stuff get him down. Because one reason why he went to medical was because they were trying to. I don't know if I can say this on camera actually.
Then don't.
But he still just has a great attitude. He just kept optimistic about it from when that he found out he had stress fractures and had to be, he had the recovery, you know, so he kept training, you know.
Right.
Very optimistic person, great personality. Yes, you can just stay positive and the things and things right. Wasn't always the best.
Huh?
He wasn't always the best recruit. He had some trouble, but had that personality where he was always responsive.
Coming along a little bit. That arm just looks weird because of the way it's coming out of his body compared to the other one, but I'm just going to leave it.
See, I can't tell if I need to add more or I need to leave the thickness. Cause it's hard to add them to it now because they're not dry, you know? But I could always add a little more right here because this is dry and make sure this is stuff like
Well, I would definitely take and either one of these other bigger paint brushes, a little bit stiffer, and load it up with
some glue.
glue and try to blend that in a little more. Sees 3 pumpkins. Oh, come on, pumpkin is wearing. Ha ha! Funny. They're waiting for you to pull out the shock and awe of amazement of skills.
Me?
Yep.
We're just watching you do stuff for 18 years of my life and I've never seen change. I'm not going to be doing this again. This is just me trying to figure out what I'm doing.
I'm gonna have to let that dry out a little bit, and I'm gonna have to come back later and pull something up closer to the top. I'm not gonna be able to pull it off right now.
I think I'll have more videos doing this stuff tonight.
Doing what stuff tonight?
Buffalo. I think we'll make a TikTok out.
Oh, over all links.
Yeah. I'll post on my page.
Right on.
So I'll have to do this one video. So I post anything over every month. And as long as I keep most of that stuff, I keep that stuff unrelated to military and without uniform or anything. Like,
Right.
I keep all that stuff without like any hints that it's military related. Like I'm not even putting my I could put like UCMJ on my Instagram, like bio and stuff. But I'm not putting any of that in my bios. I'm just keeping it pretty much unrelated to it. It has my name on it, but I still won't post anything from
Well, that seems to be the safest way to do it.
I still want to post fitness stuff and things like that.
Keep you from getting in trouble.
Yep. This video you're making, yeah, we can go.
Oh, so I can title this video when it goes up on YouTube, Marine Challenges. Marine Challenges me to a Halloween build-off thing.
Yeah. It's just mostly like you in trouble.
No, I don't think he'll be rapping nothing.
Most of those guys who get in trouble are getting stuff in their camis, or name, or doing some.
So, hang on. So, Craig, how I'm gonna when this video goes together for YouTube, it's gonna be basically one video all at one time. So it'll start, and I've already recorded. You know, these are the materials and stuff we're gonna use. And then we'll kind of fast skip through the build process. I'll talk about a little bit about it and probably do some bantering back and forth with him. And then at the end of that video, when we present the finished pumpkins, and we'll do some kind of special video of each one, you know, showing the finished product or whatever, then everybody on that video will, in the comments, put down there who won. And then as soon as Cam has access to a phone again, because he's got to do a little more training, I'll let him know I won.
You might kill me with this if that might be how you
Do what, Bob?
So the only thing you might do that might kill me is when I'm spitting.
No, painting's not that bad, and I'll step you through it. Because your pumpkin, honestly, depending on what you want to do, you could almost not even paint your pumpkin.
Yeah.
The flesh of your pumpkin, right?
Right. But yeah, that's true.
I'm gonna have to wind up painting the flesh of my pumpkin because of the stuff on the backside.
Yeah.
And then I may still, depending on how this dries out, how it looks, I may still have to do a whole. I may have to cover. I may have to skin it with some toilet paper just to. It all depends on how this dries up in the back and what goes on here. But for sure, because of that, I'm gonna have to paint it, which kind of sucks, but doesn't suck. I don't know. You'll probably have to paint too, because we'll have to prime that stuff as well. So.
Should I put clay on the bottom of this?
To cover
The black.
the little black thing,
Yeah.
you might, or you might take just a, piece of this and cover over it.
I think this thing like went all the way through this.
Do what? Okay. I need to hit stop on this real quick.
How much time do I have? I got time.
Alright, here we go. He's coming together, he's looking pretty cool. That should dry up and look basically viney. Legs should dry up and look basically viney. So that's going to work. I'm not going to detail out any more on this guy really. Just because we don't have time. Both of these little things could have been probably done with more detail and everything else. We just have some serious time constraints. One, he's got to go back to the military. Two, every single day he's been home. We've been trying to do this, plus be doing everything with mom and sister and everybody else that wants to see him. So we've just kind of been busy, and then we're still trying to get this all knocked out so we can finish this all out before he goes. They're saying, Cam, show up your old man.
Catch some clay.
Yeah, you're gonna put that on the bottom side.
You want to do it kind of like it's like as if the whole stem went through it.
Oh, right on. Yeah.
It's
Cool.
like-
That's a good idea.
It's like it's all eating it, right? So it does like it's just ripping it apart. It's also consuming it.
That's a good idea, dude. I like that.
So I do this.
And then I'm gonna take some clay when you're done, and I'm gonna go around the border of this.
Should I start this video again? Or should I just wait till you capture it of yours? Because I'm not going to really
Yeah, you're not gonna get an angle on
I'm
that.
not going to get an angle on it.
Let me. Oh, are you kidding?
You can time lapsing the whole thing.
No, I thought I stopped it. Hopefully, I got the footage of all this stuff. I might have done that whole thing and I've been filming any of that.
You've had an app.
Man, this video is gonna be so hard
You
to
can put it
edit.
from live.
I'll make it look consistent. Yeah, give me a second so I'll go over this and then you can do that. And I'll film that while you're doing it from this other angle over here, which will work better. Oh my gosh, our room's a mess. I can't even really move around.
Still can, so we're going to try it. I'll try this.
Hey, thanks for spending time and watching. You guys coming along and watching us do even this stuff, the live stuff, which I think is boring because I can't edit out all the boring stuff. But you guys coming along for the ride and watching some of this amazes me, and it helps my channel out a whole lot. And I'm really, that's a goal to try to grow this channel and be able to put some things together to teach people how to do stuff.
Hey,
May even try to do a book sometime, an instructional book on stuff.
it's not the goal. It's what you're going to do.
Yeah, gonna do.
Stop words you're going to. You
So-
won't achieve it.
That's where we're at. All right. That's trash. Do you
This is
need any
trash.
more? Do you need any more of this? No.
No.
Okay, we'll put that there. And we don't need these anymore. Correct.
Yeah, I'm going to go some.
Yeah, go ahead. Whoa. Yeah, go ahead. Just shut it. And then tomorrow I have to get out here and clean some of this.
Oh, dude.
Possibly. We got to go move Brad's stuff tomorrow too. We can't forget that.
I should have still left at 5 this morning when I woke up.
I thought you were going to.
What was I
Okay, let's move this over here. Let's change the angles, you know, because they say the angles. Why didn't you have an alarm? You got the phone.
Wow, because I just want to go at 6.
They say changing the angles makes a
6
better viewing experience. That's what they tell me. All right, time to get cocky. Thanks, bro. We'll get there. It'll get there. It'll happen. Okay, so I'm pretty much done with the sculpting section of this little guy. I think it looks pretty cool. You know, the texture on these arms, that's going to dry out. That should look pretty viney. It shouldn't look too bad. And this could be way, way more detailed, but you know what? We're under time constraints. Don't have him here much longer, and we got to get all the way through this whole process and get these done so that I can get this video out to you guys so you guys can vote on a winner, because you know, he's never going to live down the fact that he loses this entire thing.
Live me down.
So,
You like crafting, and you're gonna let me beat you.
right,
with my
some
first
young guy ain't going to come in here and beat me after years of doing it. I don't think
This is
so.
my very first project I made. I'm gonna win. It's a shame. It's a shame.
Good luck.
You should really be embarrassed.
They can hear it. They can hear it. You know, they're going to hear all that. But that's just scores against you. They're like,
This is
man,
just
he's cocky.
scores
No, we're
against
not voting for him.
I'm winning.
So, anyway,
It's called confidence.
I'm going to stop with this guy. Let him dry up. Cam's got a few things over here that he's going to finish up on his. As soon as he does this, we'll come back and we'll show you where he's stopping at and what his looks like as well. But let's get him wrapped up. Okay, stop there. All right.
No, honestly, I gotta rush through this when Mom's gonna get home.
Yeah, Mom's gonna get home pretty quick. So are you gonna try to make that a vine coming, or are you gonna
I'm
do?
gonna like pretty much like kind of just cover that and have like the vines like.
Kind of like what you got on top.
Yeah.
Okay, that'll work because it won't
Because it's
fall off
almost
that
just
way.
like it's like latching onto it, right?
Right.
Like it's growing all the way around.
Yeah, no, that'll work. Let me turn this around.
The only thing that sucks about this is my
Time
angle
lapse.
to work through it, right? I'm just trying to work through it like this.
Yep. Dude, I've done that before. I've trapped myself in bad angles trying to come back through and get that stuff done.
But
Let's see if we can try to do this like a real film crew.
if I'm gonna that would good. Just gonna even this main lines to heat consuming. That's a good one. I just don't know how.
You don't like hold that?
I don't know how many little.
Or you want me to turn this thing upside down like this myself? Doing this.
Do it.
Does that help you?
I need to build this bomb base up there.
Well, you can run. You can do what you're doing, right, and then plop something in the middle of it. It's not a big deal. All right, because the more of those little vines you put in there, so if you start from your center point and work your way out, you'll build the center up as well.
I think I should just have a buzz cut my whole life and then just my eyes pop out.
All right.
I see what you're saying. What you just said, I understand.
No, because it's underneath. Yeah, even if that isn't bulked out real big on the bottom side, just those vines coming around from the bottom side of, where you're kind of seeing that, that'll probably be enough. I'm not going to quit doing footage of that. Stop. Put this over here. I will continue to hold this for you.
So we're going to Eric's side now?
Yeah, probably so. I'll ask Mom.
I like to see it. Pretty awesome. Huh. I can't ever see my actual haircut until I look at
All right, so you look at it there. You can see it.
and I can tell the difference between my hair. Now that I'm actually growing some hair on top of my head doesn't look too bad. Before it was just bald.
Craig, we don't know what the winner's going to get. So far, basically bragging rights, I guess. We never went that far ahead into it.
That thing is wool.
Yeah, and it is
We don't-
cheating. It is cheating that I'm helping him. You're correct.
Bad thing is we don't really have enough time. Actually, no. Here's what we can do. We just have to wait a while because I have to be able to buy the hot sauce. Like winner gets, or a loser has to send a video of them taking a spoonful of it with the bomb or something. crazy hot sauce like that.
Yeah, I could do something like that.
That's the
Mouse
blues
is-
recipe. But it would just take a while before if I have to do it.
For that pay up to happen.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, it can happen. And it will happen.
Yeah, we can do that.
We do something like that. I don't know the hot sauce yet. I'll figure it out.
Like a wing or something covered in hot sauce.
Yeah, I'm one of those spicy hot sauces.
So basically, this whole thing came about. It was really Cam's idea to do this, because he knows that I'm trying to grow the YouTube channel, and he knows what aspirations I have going in that direction. My day job that I do, I own that business as well, but it's just me, and it's a paycheck. It works. And I try to do my best at it, and really help other people out, and I kind of do. But it's not. It's physically taxing. I don't really like it a whole lot. So anyway, I took this week off. I took off last week, so we ran to San Diego and got him because he graduated boot camp and then drove home. On the way home, we drove the full 23 hours and we just didn't quit driving. And then I took this week off of work so that I could spend time with him because he's got a 5-year stint when he goes back out. So I basically just wanted to spend as much time as possible with him. So then, like on Tuesday, he was like, we should do a YouTube video for your channel together. And I was like, okay, what do you want? And then he came up with the concept of doing like a challenge like this with a Halloween themed challenge type of thing to put onto the channel. And we just kind of went from there. So we didn't really think about what we were going to win or anything like that. It was just something to kind of do together. And then when we started doing it, I was like, hey, do you want to go live? See if anybody wants to hang out with us while we're doing this versus just filming it. So we've been doing live too while we've been doing it. But basically, the only reason that this is even happening, this video is even happening, is because it's him and his idea. Because I was just going to not do anything this entire week so I could spend it with him. But this is what he wanted to do, so this is what we're doing.
Yes, because when I working with this guy for about 2 years straight, every day you can tell what his goals are, what things he actually enjoys. You can tell when he really has passion about something and what really excites him. And I know that the AC, well, you don't know if you're talking about your day job, but it doesn't excite him. He's not excited to wake up every day and do that. But when he talks about YouTube and doing this, it excites him. Sometimes he gets in his own way, but I think he needs to do other stuff around the house when it's like, hey, go after what you love and what you enjoy.
Yep.
And that's where, when I would get Larry's boot camp and I hear about him going live and people supporting that would make me more happy than just hearing about him doing good other stuff. Because I know he's actually pursuing it. Because there'll be times where I get mad, I'm like, just go after it. Not even as a son to him, as a friend, just go after your goal. And I know he has a family to care for, and I'm not a father, so I don't quite understand those responsibilities yet. But I know as a friend to him, not just as his son, I want him to achieve his goals. And that sometimes you just have to push off some things and go after that so you can be happier. It's like, wait, don't go after this. It takes 10 years for it to grow, or go after this and push a little bit of things off to the side and let it grow in like a year or so.
Alright, enough sappy stuff. You're going to make me cry.
Okay.
On live TV.
Hey, I'm gonna know that you have a soft side to you, man.
Anyway, they say, well, thank you very much. I say there needs to be a prize. And then they're saying we don't want Cam to go anywhere. But he has to.
You gotta go. I don't know. That's the other thing. I don't know when I'll be able to come back home.
What freaks each of us out the most?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't. That's a good question.
That's a good picture. Definitely a good camera. There's a lot of stuff that used to be.
I used to get freaked out by what really freaked me out as a kid.
I used to get scared of snakes and Spiders just kind of now. After we have broken AC, so spiders don't freak me out. Snakes is something necessarily like. But
It's a lot of stuff doesn't freak me out anymore. I guess. Okay, so if there's supposed to be like something that's really kind of haunted, and it's paranormal type of thing. So there was one house one time, and I'll tell you, it was honest to God, I got freaked out. It was an old house, and it was going to be redone, and I was working for somebody else at this point in time, and I was supposed to go in and pull out the breaker boxes and stuff in the home. I didn't have electricity hooked up
house
to
up
it.
the road.
No, up in Columbus. And so this house used to be oh my gosh, what do you call it? Funeral home. So it used to be a funeral home, and then from being a funeral home, it went into being a haunted house type of thing. And anyway, it was all decrepit. It was really kind of torn down. It was not in good shape. And I was there like all day long taking all this stuff out for the electric. And then after I was done, I was kind of interesting because there was still like spray paint on the walls and things from it being a haunted house. And so I went and walking this thing by myself. And I went upstairs, creeping around, and then there was like another stairway that at one point in time, because it was an old house, and I'm sure the house was a house before it was a funeral home, and it was probably a servant staircase or something that went all the way down to like this basement that I had been in earlier. So I've been in there for 8 hours. There was no one else there except for me. Anyway, I got up top, and then that door was open, and you look down, it was just black. You couldn't see down in there. And something fell and crashed down at the bottom there. And I've been the only person there. So that kind of creeped, the hair on the back of my neck started raising up, and I was just like, okay, I'm done. I'm getting out of this. I'm getting out of the house pretty much now. Okay, let's see. So what does Cam get when he wins? And the pumpkin thickens. Prize. Freaks each you out. Snakes, insects, walking dead. The electric bill. Oh, Lupin, you're correct. That freaks me out all the time. Is the electric bill. But I don't get freaked out by snakes. I don't get freaked out by a lot of that stuff. It just doesn't happen. Oh, you know what we need to do, dude? Before we end this out?
I have to make a video on
Oh, we need to do... Yeah, I need to show yours, and when we're done with that, we should probably take some clay and press it around these, just around the bases of these, to finish that off. Where'd my camera go? It's here. And then let's flip this back around.
See what makes you nervous, or what is it freaks you out?
Freaks you out. So then he was talking like snakes, bugs, things like that, etc. Stuff like that. And a lot of that stuff doesn't particularly freak me out.
If I was locked in somewhere with a snake, it would freak me out. Then my initial reaction would be kill it.
Although I used to not be claustrophobic, but there's been a couple times where I have felt the fear of claustrophobia creep up on me.
One time so we had the sleeping system. We had a sleeping bag behind this other external bag down over, and had like a cage, like a breathable net, where like so spiders and stuff can. And the one time I actually fully zipped it up, it made me feel.
Oh,
claustrophobic.
yeah.
And then it was like I couldn't really get unzipped for a second there, but it made me just feel weird. I never zipped it before.
Yeah, that's what you're saying. You never did it again. Okay, here we go. Let's do this. A little video, and we should be recording. Yes, we are. All right, and here's where. Oh man, really? Yeah, hang on. I just jacked his finger all kinds up. Yeah, I gotta get him over here. Okay, start that over again. All right, so here's where Cam is sitting at. This thing looks pretty. I mean, it does. Props to him. This looks really cool. And this is really one of the first things, and the only thing he's ever really done or made. So he's doing a great job. His concept is these, if I haven't said it before, the vine itself is coming up out of the ground, and then the vine is basically going to tear the pumpkin apart and drag it back in, or the jack-o'-lantern apart and drag it back down to the ground. So you got one vine here grabbing this eyeball and pulling it. The other one coming out this side, grabbing the mouth, yanking on it as if it was twisting it apart. And then the vine is actually kind of penetrating from the top through to the bottom side. Just getting ready to just destroy this jack-o'-lantern into nothing and bring it back down to the ground. So that's a very cool concept. And so far, I mean, that's looking pretty good. That's, I would say, that's some pretty decent competition. So we're to a point where we just sit and let these dry, and once they dry up, we're going to paint them. So for us, 24 hours or so, maybe a little bit longer. But for you guys, going to be about now. Okay, stop that. Done with that. And he keeps saying, no helping this competition. Okay. Yeah, I want to cut.
So I guess that's the other tough thing is working people that have worked together the past 2 years. You work side by side with someone.
Yeah, so that's what Cam was saying. It's kind of tough too. Like, this is a competition, but it's hard not to help because I found myself. I do AC work. I think I've talked about it before. And I wound up in a circumstance where I just had to start my own gig. I didn't want to. I was just kind of thrust into it. But that being said, Cam has been kind of my right-hand man for a couple years now, doing that stuff until he decided to run off to the Marines. So we have a habit of helping each other. And it's hard, even though this is a competition, it's still hard to not help each other out. I need to brush like that too. I need to do something.
It makes it hard, but that's also it. For some families, it does bless us with a relationship we have on being able to talk and be open with each other. That's the one.
No bathing suit competition.
That's the one thing I realized at boot camp was I'm blessed beyond belief with family. You know, like family wise. There's a lot of kids there who don't have family that they can go home to. Someone from the lives where
Right.
there's some of those kids' stories. Or it's not as close with the family like my brother does. Les and Ronnie on once too.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw Ronnie's story this morning.
No, I haven't seen it yet, but I knew they were.
That one very long too.
I knew that's where they were going. I thought maybe they were already there, like yesterday.
Well, Rodney's pointed out really this year. Because his mom was in the savings too.
Oh yeah, I remember him showing a story about that. This may not have been a good idea, but the biggest problem is we need to move these upstairs so they dry better. I guess you've got that right. That'll be sitting right on that, so you can
That's what I'm trying to do.
move it. I can just take this big plastic thing up now. I'll try to bring it back down before you go to the shindig Sunday.
What is it possible? Is that 100? Oh yeah, you have to do it for mom's sake, but
Yeah.
for everyone else, it doesn't really matter. I could care less. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I can say anything. For mom's sake, it
My mom got the house all cleaned up the other day for yard bird coming over, and
Oh yeah, yard bird.
she didn't even go inside.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing that sucked. Is you've been watching and you have it fly on you or something. You can't.
You can't get it off.
Or you might have something like paying attention and stuff during drill. So it was off.
Your drill instructors probably loved it if they noticed it. Because they were probably like, oh, like I guarantee that fly is driving him bonkers. And they're like, I'm gonna watch. We boots at all freaking get rid of that fly.
You get these random bitches. You get bruised when kids are tender. See, that's one thing the thing is like this Todd was talking about how he went to North Carolina and he had those sand fleas. So he had to.
You're getting cheered on to win this competition.
Not me, man, I'm talking. This is gonna go. Baby dog has sauce, man.
Well, I think it'll clean up that bottom edge, but to make it been natural, you know what would make it better would have been to done that. Well, after that dries out, to actually take and spray some adhesive on the bottom side there, and then put the fake dirt around it.
Oh, dude. That's one thing that's funny is you can't with other people, other people used to use stuff when they had it. They were trading shit for stuff. Trades. Adhesive was gold at the camp.
Adhesive.
Also,
Actually, probably pick this up by the stem and carry it by the way it's looking, and then set it on another piece of foil again.
probably. Just place mine here.
Onto
I'm trying to be fast with this. Because we used to be able to hear them show up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially the dogs. They will, like, even when I'm working down here and anybody comes home, I know they're coming home because I can hear those dogs. They hear the cars and then they're boom, they're all over the place, jumping down and they're going crazy. Well, this went faster than I thought it would.
Getting this stuff done.
Yes, and we've got this.
Pretty much.
We've got both of these ready to where they just have to dry and paint.
Yes.
So I think we're going to
Make it on time.
get this accomplished. I mean, we may be painting next week or whatever, but
That's fine.
I think they're home. Okay, I'm all the way around on mine, yes. Because I just used a brush. I brushed glue on them and put it on there and then brushed it out with glue. Alright, what do we got? I was missing stuff while I was doing that. Beat the old dude, he's flabby taking.
Kale was maybe right that maybe in a few years
I'm thinking that Cam's will spit fire at the end. Freak that out. Alright. So we're beating all kinds of time that we didn't think we'd beat. I just hear the dogs are going crazy, so the wife is home from work, my daughter's home from school. And Cam's just going to finish that little bit out. He's got to go with mom. They're going to go visit. He has a buddy that was in a car accident.
He got hit by a car.
He got hit by a car and a while back, and while he was in boot camp, and messed his legs and stuff up. So they're going to go visit with him for a little while, and then we're going to wind up going later on to this wing challenge. So we're going to let you guys go.
The wing challenge will be posted on TikTok.
Mike Cam said he's gonna film the deal if you follow his TikTok. I don't know what your TikTok is.
I say Cam something. Just look at Cam Olson, K-A-M.
If you look up Cam Olson, K-A-M-O-L-S-O-N on TikTok, you'll find his TikTok, and then apparently we're gonna film eating these super hot death wings tonight, and he's gonna put that up on TikTok. So if you guys want to watch that, head on over and watch us be idiots. Now we're just going to set these things, just got to dry up, and we're going to paint them. And when we go to paint, we may do it live as well. So to all you guys that have hung out with us, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Craig, what are you sorry for? Hey, baby.
Hello.
Happy weekend to you, Lipton, and yeah, it's going to be a good weekend. So we'll catch up with everybody. Whenever we're going to paint this, we'll do it live too while we're filming everything else. But we got to go. See you guys later.